Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. What TLC isn't telling you about Sister Wives Season 20, 2025, Inside Brown Family Scandals. As the cameras return for Season 20 of Sister Wives, TLC is carefully curating a narrative, one that treads lightly on the most volatile scandals plaguing the Brown family. The official teasers promise rebuilding, revelations, and raw emotions, but what they're not telling viewers is that this season may be the most manipulated, manufactured, and mysterious yet. Behind the scenes, sources close to production hint that major truths are being buried, relationships are more fractured than ever, and certain cast members are allegedly threatening to walk if their secrets come out. From financial manipulation to legal threats, estranged children, bitter rivalries, and secret filming contracts, this is the explosive story TLC doesn't want you to see. Let's start with Kody Brown, the patriarch who once championed the dream of plural marriage. Season 20 opens with him portraying a softened version of himself, apologetic, reflective, even paternal. But insiders insist it's all for show. Kody's still reeling from a financial crisis that TLC barely touches. After investing in a now-failed Utah-based business venture in 2023, Kody reportedly lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, money that was supposed to go toward paying off parcels of Coyote Pass. Despite TLC showcasing drone shots of the family's land and hinting at upcoming construction, nothing has truly been built. Multiple contractors reportedly refused to work with Kody, citing non-payment and erratic behavior. But in true TLC fashion, the real drama is hidden behind scenic aerial footage and Kody's hopeful promises. Then there's Robyn Brown, TLC's chosen matriarch and often portrayed emotional compass. She appears heartbroken in confessionals, lamenting the loss of her family dream, but what's omitted is how she's solidified her financial dominance within the family. Robyn allegedly renegotiated her TLC contract separately, behind the other wives' backs, securing more money for her and her children. This season, she's seen discussing her insecurity and desire for reconciliation, but off-camera, she reportedly refused to participate in joint family events unless TLC guaranteed that her image would be edited sympathetically. And while Robyn continues to insist she never wanted to be the only wife, multiple insiders claim she has veto power over who appears on camera and has even threatened legal action if certain ex-wives speak out. Janelle Brown, known for her level-headed strength, is quietly becoming the rebel of the group. TLC teases her independence, especially following the heartbreaking loss of her son Garrison, but what's hidden is her growing dissatisfaction with the show itself. Janelle has reportedly been working on a tell-all memoir, exploring the emotional abuse, the double standards, and the behind-the-scenes manipulation TLC encouraged for ratings gold. Her storyline this season is carefully edited to show a woman trying to find peace, working out, bonding with kids, and exploring her spirituality. But the real Janelle? She's gearing up to leave the show altogether. Her relationship with TLC producers is fraying, and sources say she only agreed to film Season 20 under the condition that she wouldn't be forced into any on-screen interactions with Robyn or Kody without prior script approval. Christine Brown, who once shook the franchise by leaving Kody first, is being used this season as a beacon of life after polygamy. She's radiant, confident, and surrounded by a supportive new husband, David Woolley. But TLC is carefully editing out the legal custody disputes that have rocked Christine's family. Kody has reportedly filed for formal visitation rights with Truly, which has caused tension between Christine and David, especially after Christine allegedly refused to allow Kody any unsupervised time. What's more, Christine's daughters are said to be at odds with her behind closed doors. Michael T. and Aspen, in particular, are rumored to be upset over how Christine has leveraged family trauma for social media sponsorships. TLC showcases Christine's sunny new life, but not the stress fractures threatening to break apart her post-Kody dream. And then there's Meri Brown, long painted as the loner. Her narrative for years has been one of longing, betrayal, and resilience. But now that she's officially split from Kody, Meri is being positioned as a woman on the verge of reinvention. The truth, however, is far more chaotic. Mary is now allegedly married again, according to insiders, to a mystery man who wants nothing to do with the cameras. TLC refuses to acknowledge this new relationship on air, choosing instead to depict Mary as single and soul-searching for drama's sake.
Why?
Because Mary's new husband is reportedly a former producer, someone with insider knowledge of how TLC manipulates its stars. The network is reportedly terrified of what could be revealed if Mary ever decides to speak freely, so they're sticking to a safe edit that shows her working on her and attending therapy. Season 20 also brings the children's stories back into the spotlight, but even here, TLC seems more interested in controlling perception than telling the truth. While we'll see brief appearances from Michael T., Leon, and Paydon, several family members have declined to return, most notably Logan, Madison, and Hunter. Behind the scenes, there are whispers of a formal petition signed by multiple adult Brown children asking to no longer be mentioned or filmed. The reason? They claim the show exacerbated long-term mental health issues, manipulated their images for plot lines, and damaged their relationships. TLC has remained silent, but fans should take note of how little airtime these once prominent family members now receive. It's not coincidence, it's control. And perhaps the biggest scandal TLC is hiding is the alleged NDA violations happening in real time. According to a source close to one of the Brown ex-wives, a legal battle is brewing over confidentiality clauses. One cast member, rumored to be Christine, is in hot water for agreeing to speak to a documentary producer working on an expose about the dark side of family reality TV. If this project moves forward, it could spell disaster for TLC, whose reputation has already been dinged by controversies surrounding 19 kids and counting and breaking Amish. There's concern that revelations about producer interference, storyline scripting, emotional coercion, and deliberate family estrangement could go public, and Season 20 is TLC's frantic attempt to wrap things up before that happens. Adding another layer of complexity is the fact that Robin and Cody are reportedly pursuing a spin-off. Tentatively titled Cody and Robin, Rebuilding the Dream, the show would focus on their attempts to start over, now that the family has dissolved. But the spin-off idea has been widely opposed by Janelle and Christine, who argue it would present a false narrative and diminish the years of emotional labor they endured. Even Mary, who's largely stayed silent, is reportedly furious that TLC might reward the most controversial couple with their own platform. Yet Cody and Robin are allegedly in early talks with producers, and they've even begun filming test scenes in Flagstaff and Sedona, further deepening the family divide. Despite what TLC shows on screen, bonfires, apologies, quiet reflections, and forced family reunions, what's really happening is a slow collapse of a once-tight reality empire. Cast members are refusing to film together. Secret group chats are full of accusations, resentment, and pleas to get out of their contracts. Some have begun documenting their own truths on private social media accounts, while others are building platforms for the day TLC cuts them off completely. The Brown family isn't just fractured, it's in free fall.
And TLC?
They're scrambling to keep the illusion alive for one more season. So when you watch Sister Wives Season 20, look beyond the emotional piano music and dramatic voiceovers. Ask what's not being said. Why is Mary's real love life off limits? Why are the kids gone? Why does Robin always get the last word? Why hasn't Coyote Pass moved forward? Why does every resolution feel so manufactured? The answer is simple. Because this isn't just a reality show anymore. It's a meticulously managed PR campaign covering up a decade of dysfunction, betrayal, and heartbreak. And that's what TLC doesn't want you to know. But it doesn't stop there. What TLC really doesn't want you to see is just how complicit the network has been in orchestrating the drama and, at times, the devastation. Over the last 15 years, Sister Wives has gone from a groundbreaking reality show about polygamy to a hyper-produced melodrama riddled with emotional manipulation and off-screen power struggles. And as Season 20 unfolds, it's becoming increasingly clear that the network is less interested in telling the truth about the Browns and more invested in protecting its brand. Take, for instance, the way TLC is handling Garrison Brown's tragic passing. While the official teasers promise to honor his memory and explore how the family is coping, what's really happening behind the scenes is far more complicated. TLC has allegedly cut multiple scenes where family members confront the emotional weight of the tragedy.
Why?
Because sources say the network was concerned about tone, fearing that too much grief would alienate audiences or slow down the pacing of the season. Janelle reportedly fought hard to include a full memorial segment for Garrison, but it was scaled down significantly. The real conversations about mental health, family neglect, and the pressures of living under constant scrutiny were left on the cutting room floor. Instead, what we're getting is a sanitized version, one that preserves the inspirational tone TLC is pushing, even if it means erasing the rawest parts of the story. And speaking of erasure, another major element being hidden is the ongoing custody and inheritance disputes bubbling under the surface. With the dissolution of Cody's spiritual marriages and the children growing into adults with their own loyalties, a new question has arisen. Who gets what? Coyote Pass, once heralded as the family's dream compound, has become a symbol of greed and betrayal. In real life, there is currently no clear legal agreement as to who owns what land, and multiple sources have revealed that Cody has quietly moved to consolidate ownership under Robin's name. Christine and Janelle, who both contributed financially and emotionally to the project, are said to be pursuing legal options to recoup their investments. But don't expect to see any of this on Season 20. TLC has deliberately cut land dispute discussions, instead focusing on vague promises about starting fresh and honoring Garrison's memory with a legacy build. One of the most glaring omissions this season is Leon Brown's complete absence. Formerly featured heavily in early seasons as Mariah, Leon came out as transgender in 2022 and has since distanced themselves from the show. While TLC did a brief feature about Leon's identity in past specials, they've completely cut them from Season 20.
Why?
Because according to insiders, there's a growing rift between Leon and the rest of the family, particularly Robin and Cody. The topic is considered too controversial for TLC's current direction, especially given their new push toward portraying a more traditional family rebuild. Fans hoping for a real update on Leon will be disappointed, as any reference to them has allegedly been scrubbed from the season's narrative arc entirely. Meanwhile, Sister Wives is subtly laying the groundwork for what many insiders call the Robin era. Season 20's marketing is heavily centered around her emotional journey, with trailers showcasing her crying, reflecting, and expressing her desire to reconnect the family. But sources behind the scenes are saying this is all a calculated pivot to reframe Robin as the central figure of the franchise. One producer allegedly referred to her as the anchor wife, and her confessionals are filmed separately with a different lighting team and cinematographer, a move usually reserved for spin-off leads. The rest of the cast? They're reportedly growing resentful of the special treatment. In fact, Janelle was said to have walked off set during a joint interview after Robin was given extra screen time to discuss a topic that affected everyone, but only she was allowed to set the emotional tone. And what about Cody? While TLC wants you to believe he's growing and healing, the reality is far murkier. Behind closed doors, Cody is said to be deeply isolated, having lost much of his authority not just with his ex-wives, but also with his children. Multiple adult children have blocked him, and some, like Gwendolyn, have gone public with damning accounts of neglect and favoritism. Still, Cody refuses to take full accountability. Instead, insiders say he's pressuring producers to highlight moments where he appears wise, gentle, or misunderstood, even if that means refilming scenes or scripting dialogue to fit a more favorable narrative. Producers are said to be obliging for now, because they fear losing Cody altogether would disrupt future franchise opportunities. After all, no Cody, no drama. And no drama means no ratings. But viewers are starting to catch on. Reddit threads and TikTok deep dives have begun dissecting every frame of Season 20, pointing out the editing tricks, timeline inconsistencies, and fake reconciliations. One viral video showed how a recent scene between Robin and Cody was filmed months after it was supposedly set, based on weather, wardrobe, and even a background car model that hadn't been released at the time of the supposed filming. Fans are now questioning how much of the show is real and how much is scripted for sentiment. And then there's the rumor TLC desperately wants to squash, that this will be the final season of Sister Wives as we know it. According to one insider, TLC is actively exploring a reboot format where each former wife receives her own limited series focusing on life post-polygamy. Christine and Janelle are considered the frontrunners, while Mary is said to be on the fence, fearing she'll be edited as the bitter ex. Robin and Cody's spinoff is rumored to be well into pre-production, but not without controversy. Other cast members have reportedly threatened to sue TLC if they are misrepresented or if archival footage is used to justify a new show that portrays them in a negative light. The stakes have never been higher, and the network knows it. Ultimately, Season 20 of Sister Wives isn't just a continuation of the family saga, it's a calculated, choreographed performance designed to control the narrative before the entire reality TV empire collapses under its own weight. The Brown family is no longer a functioning unit. They're a fractured collection of former spouses, wounded children, and estranged relatives bound together by contracts, NDAs, and years of broken promises. And TLC? They're frantically trying to edit around the truth, offering audiences the illusion of resolution while covering up the reality of ongoing chaos. So when you tune in to Sister Wives this season, remember, what you're seeing isn't a documentary. It's a strategically curated escape room designed to distract you from the ticking time bomb beneath the surface. The real story isn't what's on screen. The real story is what TLC isn't telling you. The lawsuits, the betrayals, the missing family members, the off-camera feuds, and the quiet desperation of a once-united family now unraveling in real time.